What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. We're back. Well, I'm back. Jay was here on Friday.
Yeah.
I'm back for Geeks and Gamers Daily, just like almost every day I will be for the rest of my life, which we'll see how long that lasts. Jay, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Getting every day is a little closer to Christmas. The Miami Dolphins are still in the hunt for the playoffs. The Miami Hurricanes made the college playoffs. I'm pretty happy. Holly jolly over here.
That's great. That's
Pretty
great
good.
to hear, Jay.
Trying to get my lighting's almost done. And there is a new trend going around, Ryan. I don't know if you're going to be a part of it, but I got to show you this because we got to see your reaction. You're going to love this, hate this. You ready for this? It's something new, man. People are doing something new. It's not what you think. Look at that.
Is she gonna like make her own hair again?
She's like,
we fly together. Two strands.
It's pretty. Look at that. She made some twang. You know, and now she's gonna start to crochet it.
And make a beanie for her head.
Yeah.
I know they're gonna love
it. Don't you? She's making clothes. Imagine if you had an auntie in your life like that always bought you stuff and you never knew that she was using her own human hair to create hats and socks and underwear and everything.
Hopefully she washed it first. That's weird. That's strange. It is funny to see that like she cut off all that hair and it only makes like a small hat. You know what I mean? I don't know. Women, right?
I wonder if she sells them. And I can maybe she talked to friends into shaving their heads to make beanies. I could buy
going through some kind of crisis or something. Who fucking knows? Yeah. So I mean, that's it's good to hear everything's going well for you, Jay. You want to hear everything from me? So the Purdue Boilermakers, who were the #1 team in the country in basketball, got absolutely fucking destroyed on Saturday on the same exact day where IU, my bitter rivals in college, somehow won the Big Ten championship and the #1 overall seed in the college football playoff. And then Sunday, I got to drive fucking 8 hours in the gosh darn rain from Georgia back to fucking Florida while watching on my cell phone while watching the Bears almost have this miraculous comeback and then ultimately fucking lose to our bitter rivals, the Green Bay Packers. So yeah, my weekend went basically the same as yours, Jay. Basically, effectively, exactly the same. It was fantastic. It was amazing. It was incredible. Yeah, let's fucking go.
Hey man,
we're here. Geeks and Gamers Daily, everybody. We're back.
You got to see like twinkling lights in Georgia. It was on your Instagram. Ryan's been pretty active on his Instagram lately. I don't know what's going on. I think he's feeling the holly jolly. It's a lot of
I have been pretty active. I have been pretty active on Instagram lately. Yeah.
A little shock. He doesn't like any of my posts, but that's okay. I like all of his. I'm trying to show support. But a lot of Christmas trees, a lot of.
You don't show up on my feed, Jay.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't really see very many posts from you. I would like them if I saw them.
Yeah, that's probably true. I'm shadow banned, What are they going to do?
Yeah. They just they had to stop Jay's reach. He's just got too much reach out there,
That's what happens, That's what happens.
I'll have to search out Jay's Instagram to make sure I give him some likes since he's been liking my posts. So.
Also, look at this, dude. Like, this is Disneyland, California. December. Whoa, hold on. Sorry about that. December 2nd. Look at all those people, dude. That is like a crazy holiday weekend. I've never been to Disneyland, but usually this time of year here in Orlando, the theme parks this week and next week are usually, if you go midweek, are pretty empty. They're not as crowded. It's It's once the kids get out of school, they get ridiculous. And shockingly enough, I don't know if you know this, Ryan, but December 25th is the most visited day at the Magic Kingdom than any other day of the year. More people would rather not stay home with their eggnog and gifts and be around their family. They'd rather go to the most craziest, busiest day at Magic Kingdom on Christmas than be at home with their families. It's been like that for years, man. Years.
Yeah, maybe I'll go to Universal on Christmas. If I can watch the Harry Potter show or something, maybe I'll do that. Look, Disney
crazy.
Disney goes all out. I haven't gone to any of these things. Disney goes all out for Christmas. A lot of people love it there. They've got all the Jollywood Nights that people really like. I see those streams all the time in my feed. So, yeah, they go out for Christmas.
I just shocked me to see that many people there because I thought, I didn't think that many people would still be going during that week. But California must be a different animal. That's all.
I mean, yeah, it'll be fucking packed. It'll be packed. Alex Zero Cave, my team's won. Yeah, congratulations, Alex. Meta PC code RK Outpost and Drunk 3PO.
Shout out.
Thanks, Alex. SCDB for 5. Hail Ryan. Bear down in 2 weeks for the revenge game. Lick your wounds and be sad this week. 1st to 7th is a wild swing. Shout out to the Don himself. Thanks, SCDB. Yeah, look, it is what it is. Bears are, they're better than I thought they'd be. So it is what it is. Bar King. This super chat was promised to Uzil Nap 3,000 years ago. Oy vey. Couldn't help it. Sorry. Also, good to have the team back. You two are the soul of daily. It's pretty fucking bleak for the state of this channel and this stream. But
I had Epic Mike. Epic Mike was with me.
How'd that go? I was driving.
I was very lucky. I was very lucky that we had like teaser trailers to react to. That new show coming on HBO. That's part of House of Dragon era.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah, that one. That looked freaking awesome. So that looked good. And we just broke down like what would happen if Netflix actually did own WB. Like what would they do with different parts? Because it's crazy. Also, like not don't need to bring this up, but there is a report out there that Universal was trying to finalize a special deal to get the DC characters in their theme parks, which would be like, what would that look like? Would they keep the Marvel there as well and have DC? Like they would be allowed to do that because of the contract. There's just a lot of like interesting things that once this stuff all gets done, then we'll know for sure. But there's just a lot of interesting things out there that could possibly happen. Or would they just kick Marvel out and just go full DC? Just change the rides up a little bit. All you gotta do is repaint the Hulk and call it Batman, whatever, and then things like that.
It'd be cool because Six Flags had him for a long time. Yeah.
They did the Joker ride and the Batman ride and things like that. So we'll see.
Brimstone says I'm excited for Harry Potter readings by Ryan. I don't know. Look, me and Gary are supposed to do this. Me and Gary are supposed to do this Harry Potter stream. I don't know if that's going to happen or when that's going to happen. I was very excited for that. But I don't know. Gary's so busy. So
you guys were going to read the story?
We were going to do reviews chapter by chapter of the entire series. And I was fucking hyped. Maybe it'll happen sometime. Sometimes, Jay, you make plans and they don't exactly come together. So we'll see.
That's true.
Jacob Joseph, member for 3 months, just came to say go Bills. It was a hell of a game. Hell of a comeback for the Bills.
Yeah. Congrats.
Hell of a comeback. Crimson Ghost, member for 5 months. Thank you, Crimson Ghost. That dog in him for 2. Jags number 1 in the division, baby.
Crazy.
Yeah, and the Colts are done now. Colts are done after Daniel Jones. Bar King is Amir. Anyone else Instagram reels? Either Nick Fuentes reels or cute cat videos. Also, I commented on both your Instagrams. Don't dox me.
No.
I'll make sure not to dox you. But you kind of doxed yourself because now you told people that you just commented on them, so they can go and they can look and they can see who's commenting. And you filter out a couple women, you filter out like a couple people that clearly aren't you. Fucked, Barking. Tobias, Zootopia 2 got knocked out of first by Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is still a film about anthropomorphic animatronic animals, but it's still beating Wicked. Zootopia, look, Zootopia here is, you know, okay, whatever. Zootopia in China is insane.
Yes.
This is fucking nuts. Zootopia 2 races to $916 million globally through the second weekend. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 fires up $109 million worldwide bow. And Five Nights at Freddy's did overperform what people expected it to do. I still think it was a mistake to launch when they did. I think they should have done it on Halloween.
I agree. I think it would have done better.
I really think that would have been, a little bit smarter for them. But the story is China. Look at this, just like it was last week. Top 20 highest grossing Hollywood films in China's box office post-COVID. Zootopia 2, with 10 days in the theaters, basically. $431 million.
Avatar's not even, it's almost more than half than Avatar. It probably will be by the time it's done.
I mean, I don't know what the typical box office performance in China is. So it's tough to know.
Look at those movies.
Like how much they usually drop. I don't fucking know.
Fast and Furious 9 is number 3. Look, Jurassic World Domination is up there. Another Fast and Furious. Meg 2 did well in China. Well, I guess 100 million is doing well. Transformers, Guardians of the Galaxy. That's such a unique list. That's a little different than the domestic box office here in America.
Oh, it's very different, obviously. Yeah.
I have no idea why that movie is surging over there in China. It's just people they've got to be going back and watching it over and over and over again. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, I don't know.
Look, there's a lot of people in China, and when you get them out, look, that Neza 2 or whatever did really fucking well in China, that animated movie. So they like animation over there. Maybe they like fucking animals. Maybe they like communist utopias. Maybe they like fucking police. I don't know. I can't tell you. I can tell you it's a fucking lot of money.
But even Disney over there tapped into the Zootopia stuff and built a whole Zootopia land. Like a massive land over there for people to come and go visit and live their Zootopia dreams, I guess. I don't know. I did see Five Nights at Freddy's too, though. And
how was it?
I liked it a lot. And they without spoiling it, they set it up for like 3 or 4 movies easy at the end down the road. It seems like the first one was like could have been a standalone if it bombed and didn't do well, and it's like, okay, we threw a movie out there and now we're done. Like this one, it was intentionally set up. It's like, even if this one doesn't do as well, we made enough money from the first film, we could probably pump out a couple extra films, just to keep the IP going. And I do love what they did. Like in the movie, there's a scene where they go into Five Nights at Freddy, the part 2, the video game. It's like he's at the computer, he's doing the game. It's like, this is the video game. The animatronics come in, he puts on the fake helmet, all that stuff to like stop it. It's like, it's exactly the video game. So a good portion of it. And they also featured 2 very popular YouTubers that I don't know or watch. I had to look it up later. That just had cameos. And when they showed up in the theater, these YouTubers, like my theater went freaking crazy. And I'm like, all right, that's got to be a YouTuber or somebody, because I have no idea who that is. It's people that have played the game and made the game, I guess, popular. So they had their cameos in there as well. So it was fun, man. It was a fun film. No regrets.
No regrets. Oh, that's good. I'll see it at some point. I like the first one well enough that it was okay. I'm not like a fan of the franchise or anything, but
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, got really bad reviews from the critics and then overperformed its box office expectations. So,
yeah. And that's the thing. It's like with the critics coming out and saying it's stupid, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. It's the same thing as they did the first time. It's just if you're not a fan of the video game, the IP, then yeah, you're gonna hate it and not know what's going, like what is that exactly is going on. So those that were fan, like it was crazy is like they did like even little Easter eggs in the movie that if you played the game, like everybody just started laughing when like the certain memes of the video game showed up in the film. And so it's like they get it. So exactly, they built a movie, they made a movie for the fans, and that's their target audience, and it worked out. It's working out well for them.
nice.
So there.
La Habs Marmot for, I don't know if I said that shit right, Canadian French bullshit, for $6.99. Can't wait for Sports Wars stream. That Ravens loss is quite something. Fuck the Ravens, man. Yeah. Fucking Steelers. Idaho Mike for 5J. I've really been enjoying your Fortnite streams with Mo Zamboni. You two work well together. Cheers.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I don't know why a lot more people are tuning in to watch me and Mo play than anybody else. I don't know what it is. But hey, whatever works, you got to find that secret sauce somewhere. Squeeze it all over everything and make it work.
Join the Fortnite stream with Jay and Mo Zamboni for the secret sauce. Snacks for 2. Hail S Team. Saw TSO yesterday. Awesome show. TSO.
What is TSO?
I'm racking my brain. My brain's not really braining this morning, so I'm not sure. TSO. Am I just being stupid? I don't fucking know. Vic Chavez, good morning, G&G. Hail Ryan, or hail Jay and Ryan. Let's fucking go Broncos. Is it too early to say Merry Christmas? Well, anyway, Merry Christmas, chat. Much love. God bless. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Got it. Yeah. They've been awesome for forever.
Yeah, have you seen them live? I've seen them live once. It's amazing.
Never seen them live.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I can play that in
because
gym.
the way it was phrased. Because the way it was phrased, I was thinking television show. Like,
yeah,
that was in my head when I saw TSO yesterday. Awesome show. I was thinking, what TV show is out there? What streaming show is out there called TSO? I was like racking my fucking brain trying to think about it. But yes, okay, that makes sense. Zootopia making money, Bears losing. Just another Monday. Yeah, just another manic Monday. Here. Pee pee poo poo man for $1. Thanks. Tobias, how is it that 2 game franchises that really made YouTubers' careers have both been horror games? Amnesia, The Dark Descent, and then Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, Minecraft has made plenty of YouTube careers. That's not really a horror movie or game. Mako the Great. What?
Zombies in it and stuff, huh?
I wouldn't call it a horror, though.
Okay.
Mako Gray, the Canadian furry. Zootopia 2 is the best movie I watched this weekend. Watched Trolls 2 and was pretty good. Five Nights 2 was okay. Ryan, you said it right in French.
Look at this guy, man.
I speak homosexual, apparently. So it's good to know. I should have mispronounced it on purpose. Ladybug, Jake carried in Fortnite last night.
Yeah, man, dude. It was me and Jeremy alone, just duos. And we won 15 games. I don't know what it is, man. Like ever since like I got my setup right, I could play a little, probably. But I'll take it. I'll take any kind of win in my life. Trust me. But I used to play through like the capture card screen because I didn't know how else to set it up, and so I realized it was just I was always like a half second delay. It's probably why I played so bad. I saw this fucking Instagram reel where it's like
when you've been getting ready for World War III by playing Fortnite or by playing Call of Duty your whole life or whatever, and you just see your buddy, wipe out dozens of women and children in a small town, and he turns around and he says, "Bot lobby." That's what that reminded me of.
I'll take bot lobbies all day.
Daniel Moore Business. I DM Jay and Az edit. Can he play it on stream?
Jay and Az?
I DM Jay and Az edit. Can he play it on stream? Taker, Ryan, did you see Theory's video on Mando and Grogu plot synopsis details? Sounds like another MacGuffin quest based on Splinter of the Mind's Eye. I have to say I haven't seen the video. SCDB for 2 says pee pee poo poo man for $1.
I'm not seeing nothing, bro. Like, my DMs are screwed up.
Twitter DMs are fucked. Elon Musk, deport his ass. Like, what the fuck? Maybe it's all the fucking Indians that he hired for Twitter to keep it cheap. And the DMs are just completely and totally fucked. We know all these Indians are getting a bunch of fucking ad revenue. Maybe they're the ones that fuck the DMs up too. Billion of those motherfuckers too. Shout out to our Indian fans. Jay, let's talk about Warner Brothers.
It's getting crazy out there, man.
It is. So you were on the show the morning that this happened.
Yes. Yeah.
You were on the show the morning that this happened. You were there. What was you guys' reaction to the news that Netflix bought Warner Brothers?
Was a little. I was a little shocked. I didn't think that Netflix would get the bag, but it was like, well, here we are. And so then it's crazy. Like, when this news dropped, immediately someone from Netflix, like the PR people, began dropping like little nuggets here and there, saying like, "Oh, don't worry, HBO Max is still going to be its own streaming service for now." And then a little bit later, they're like, "Oh, don't worry, we're still going to drop some things in the theater." But they always ended it with the words like "for now," something along those lines. And it's like they're trying to say everything to kind of make sure this merger or this buyout goes through without like, "Oh no, HBO Max is gonna," because then you go through all the discussion. HBO Max is going to merge with Netflix. Netflix is going to raise their prices. At that point, if that's true, all Netflix needs to do is get local television channels, like some like YouTube TV stuff, and that's all you'll need. All you'll need is Netflix. You won't need anything else. Don't have to get all this other streaming stuff. And what will that do for the other streaming services? Are they just going to crash and burn because everyone will just turn into Netflix? How much more are they going to charge per month? Is that going to go up? Of course, the Snyderverse comes into question, even though Netflix kind of got rid of Zack Snyder after he bombed and cost him a lot of money. But all that stuff kind of came up. So, yeah, they were just throwing out little things here and there. And there's just a lot of speculation as to what that would actually look like, if Netflix took over. Is that the end of the movie theater experience? Is theater's just going to like turn into something different? They're going to have to get recreative, for people to come back. It's just going to show older films. I don't know. I don't know. But so there was a lot of speculation on Friday, and then the big one was, would Trump even allow it? Because
and that was one
Trump's
of the things when this when this got announced, because of the friendly-ish nature of the Ellisons and Trump's relationship, with the idea that basically all of Hollywood would oppose this. Bipartisan support from the government to potentially oppose this because of the enormous amount of the streaming subscribers that Netflix would then control. Would this actually go through? And then, reports started coming out. Ted Sarandos actually went to meet with Donald Trump at the White House last month to see if all this would be happening. But as I said on FNT, and I see you people in the fucking chat, like, there's an update. Yeah, we fucking know. We know there's nothing. We'll get to it. We'll fucking get to it. We understand. Thank you. But as I said on FNT, Paramount's not done. Paramount's pissed that they missed out on this because from their perspective, their bid was better than Netflix's bid. You know who it's not better for is David Zaslav and some of the execs at Warner Brothers. So Paramount was always going to come directly to the shareholders. They had said that even last week when this thing went through, that there were plans potentially for that to happen. And now that is exactly what is happening. Paramount is officially launching a hostile bid to buy Warner Brothers. Offers $108.4 billion versus Netflix $82.7. Paramount wants to buy all of Warner Brothers, including the TV business. Netflix offer is inferior. According to Paramount, the Netflix offer is inferior and provides uncertain value. Now, when it comes to this, we had heard that this was probably going to happen. And what they mean by a hostile takeover bid, it means they're appealing directly to the shareholders right now for Warner
thanks
Brothers.
For explaining that to me.
Yes, Jay's like, what does that mean?
I didn't know. And that's legit. I was like, what does this mean exactly? How do you hostile take over with the same bid? So I didn't know. Right.
So there's a couple big differences. 15%, I believe, of that bid may have been in some way, shape, or form Netflix stock. As 85% was cash from Netflix, whereas this is 100% cash. Now, some of it's borrowed from other places or invested from other places, but it's 100% cash at that $30 per share, whereas the Netflix one is closer to the like $27 range, maybe 27 and some cents. And then they're assuming that when it splits off and you just have the television cable Discovery Group, that's not going to be the Warner Brothers and the studios and HBO Max, that will make up an additional $4. A lot of people think it'd be closer to $2. So this is what's happening right now. Paramount is going to the shareholders and they are telling you that David Zaslav's trying to screw you over. We offered more money. We have more money for you if you take ours instead. The Netflix deal is very good for David Zaslav and the board of directors. That's why they took it. That's going to kind of be the messaging. I don't know how well that's going to be played out. This is the same exact bid reportedly that they submitted and got turned down. This is not like an increased bid. This is what they proposed already. On Monday, Ellison's Paramount Skydance announced at convention all-cash tender offer to acquire all the outstanding shares of Warner Brothers Discovery for $30 per share, the same terms it offered in a December 4th bid submitted to Warner Brothers Discovery board. Paramount proposed transaction for the entirety of Warner Brothers Discovery, including the TV business with CNN, TBS, TNT, and other networks. Paramount's announcement, taking its bid directly to the shareholders, comes after Netflix and Warner Brothers revealed their binding agreement, which Netflix would buy Warner Brothers studio operations for $72 billion with an enterprise value of $82.7 billion. According to Paramount, its all-cash offer equates to an enterprise value of $108.4 billion, including the assumption of debt. In contrast, and here's where I was talking earlier about the price per shares and what they would get from the stock and things like this, right? A volatile complex structure valued at $27.75, $27.75 per share in a mix of cash and stock, subject to color and the future performance of Netflix, equating to an enterprise value of $82.7 billion, excluding the TV biz, per Paramount. So they are not walking away from this. And there's a lot of other things to talk about. Everyone in Hollywood hates this. They know it's not good. They know that Netflix buying it is the worst case scenarios for theaters. The theaters are against it. Directors are against it. Actors, everybody's fucking against it. Then you also have what seems to be bipartisan support potentially for looking into this and potentially stopping it on a legal level with the government. Now, Trump is the wild card, right? Because I told this to Jeremy while we were on the phone when we were talking about whether Netflix is going to make it happen or not. And I said that, you know what? All it's going to take for Trump to be okay with it is somebody goes in there and sucks his dick. If somebody goes in there and jerks him off and jerks him off and plays nice with them, he'll be nice with them. That's kind of what Trump does. And it looks like that's what Ted Sarandos did. And even just like today, Trump's lashing out against Ellison-owned Paramount, saying no better than the old ownership, as he lashed out at the company for over a 60 minutes interview with Marjorie Taylor Greene. So a lot of this could be posturing. A lot of this could be, hey, fix this shit and maybe I'll fucking step in and do this, which I think is kind of bullshit in general. But look, some people have reported that a Trump insider, a Trump admin regulator, says Warner Brothers is more likely to collect its $5.8 billion breakup fee than get this Netflix deal through the regulatory process. So this is no done deal by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
I don't think that the appeal to shareholders is necessarily going to work because you need to get so many on board. I think the governmental interference in some way is probably more likely for for this to get shot down, but I don't know, man.
If the thought process is if Netflix was so bad all around, why would they even pick them first when when Paramount's offering more money? Why would they even go at Netflix first? Is that because like the players are getting better incentives?
Look, David Zaslav is going to be able to stay in some sort of power. He's probably going to get crazy fucking benefits.
Got
it. That's what the guess is from a lot of people.
That's why he would go with Netflix, because they sweetened his deal.
Yes.
I got it.
So
I got it.
You know, we'll see, because this the Paramount thing happened this morning about 2 hours before we went live, when they I'd been talking about this even on Friday that this was going to happen, but now it's official. They've like come out and announced it.
Do you think we'll see a crazy curveball and like Comcast comes out on top of like the bidding wars or something like that, or maybe it would be easier for them to sell Warner Brothers in pieces than it is as a whole? Like maybe that's why. Maybe that the government might step in and be like that. They're like, we don't want Paramount to own the whole thing, so we'll let them sell pieces of it here and pieces of it there, and then everybody gets a little piece of the pie, I guess. The thing is, like, if Comcast owns it, you wonder if they will like merge the news. If they get, because they already have MSNBC. So, there's a lot of like how all this would fit in, how it all would work. That's the thing. So it's like, because I saw Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, tweeting about it, saying you can't let Paramount have this because it's too much for one company to own.
You mean Netflix?
Or yeah, and then it's exactly, and then it's like you wonder if they'll say the same thing about Paramount. So then what's the solution? Warner Brothers has to sell it in pieces. So if that's the case, then maybe everybody gets a little piece. I'm just like curious to see where the DC would go in all that. Not too concerned about the television stuff side of it, but like just some of the bigger IPs that they have. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, Comcast is done. Like that's not happening anymore. But
because they didn't want the whole thing, right? They just wanted like a section of it, because they don't need like the streaming service stuff, like the television show stuff. They don't need any of that.
So they really want the streaming aspect, and they really want the studio stuff. What they don't want are the television things. Now,
correct.
Comcast wanted exactly what Netflix wanted.
Got it.
Comcast wanted exactly what Netflix wanted, whereas Paramount was the only one that wanted to buy the entire fucking thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. Okay.
Yes. So we'll see. I don't know what happens. I really don't. I think there was such belief that Netflix wouldn't be able to get it through a regulatory process that it was a really far-reaching shot that it would happen. But now here it is, and they've agreed to the deal. Putting $5 billion, $6 billion on the line in case it does fall through is a lot of fucking money. Certainly, it's Netflix. It's a drop in the bucket for Netflix, which is crazy but true. But I don't think they would have just willy-nilly done it if they weren't fairly confident that they had checked all the boxes that they thought they could get it through. But now Paramount's going directly to shareholders and say, hey, you're getting fucked over with this deal, by the way. Why don't you take some more fucking cash from us?
What if they, that's what I'm saying. What if there was like a scheme involved? They're like, we'll say we agree to Netflix. Maybe that'll make Paramount's bid go higher. And it already was, to make more money. Man, who knows? Watch Disney end up with a piece of this when it's all said and done.
So here's the other thing. Because this is not exactly binding, right? There's money involved, but it's not exactly binding. So say Paramount tomorrow was like, fuck it. We'll go up to $35 a share, 130 billion, whatever the fuck that number is, which is crazy. It's insane. It's not worth that much. Like 4 months ago, right? Warner Brothers stock was at $10 per share.
Yeah.
It did not go up. It did not increase in value. This is even after Superman. This is after everything, all the things they try to think were successes. It was when it was up for sale that the stock started shooting up because people knew that it was going to fucking sell for more than it is. Right? So people that were trying to get on that really quick. And now it's sitting, 26, 27, whatever it fucking is. If Paramount comes in and says $35 a share, Warner Brothers could be like, okay, that's fine. We'd actually rather take that. Fuck that. Fuck you, Netflix. Now, Paramount, we do have a $3 billion essentially buyout, like termination fee. If we decide not to go through with this, can you cover that too? They'll be like, yeah, sure, we'll cover that. And they'll go. But I don't know. It's so much fucking money, dude.
It is. It is. I'm looking at the stock now. Yeah, it's at $27.
Look at the 6 month.
Oh yeah, $8.
Yep.
$8.
And even through the summer and everything, when it's like, oh, look at all these huge successes we're having. We promise Superman's so great, guys. It was like $10 fucking.
Yeah, it's not. It only shot up September 8th. It shot up from 12 to 20, and then it dropped back down again. And now it's gone way up because you put $1 million into that thing and you can make $10 a share when it sells. Of course, that's like smart business.
Exactly.
It was weird because I used to own Twitter stock way back when, and then when Elon bought it, holy crap, I cashed in. I mean, for what that wasn't a massive cash in, but it's like you made a lot of money off that stock price. It was almost doubled. So what they paid out. I was like,
Mr. Watson MJ for $5 says Doomcock says Marvel's erasing everything after Endgame. This is great, and you should be covering it. Hail Lord Doomcock, the ruler of Earth.
Okay, so I've seen that report that came from some weird. I think it came from Daniel, the scooper. That came out and just said, Doomsday comes out right after. It's coming out right after Endgame.
It's a direct sequel to Endgame.
Yeah,
it's like. What I know, it's a shocking scoop. You know the things that people have been saying about Secret Wars and Doomsday and Secret Wars for 3 years, where people like it's probably just going to reboot the entire fucking universe after this. We're going to have recasts of everybody, all of that stuff. That's kind of the intention. It's so wild that these scoops are coming out after 3 years of people saying that.
Yeah,
it's crazy, Jay. Wild world we live in.
I'm surprised.
Daniel Moore business for $5.99. My is Citri. Intergament, meaning cultural engagement. A play on words of cultural enrichment.
Man, I don't know, man.
Woo. Gomer Kyle.
You're asking a lot from me, that's for sure. Trying to find stuff. If you
Gomer
didn't know
Kyle.
already.
Titans won. I was shocked. Sorry about your Bears. I'm sorry about them too.
They're still number one, no?
Nope. They're in the last playoff spot now. Ronan for 2. Hail Ryan, you miserable fuck. You said something about driving earlier. Invest in a car video setup. Road Rage Ryan content is a win. Maybe. Derek PG Beeler. Could it be argued that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is profitable after one weekend? Either way, I'm a mega fan and loved it more than the first. The first one was for fans and a partly broad audience. The second one's all for the fans. The budget was what, like 35 million or something?
Yeah.
I don't know how much marketing was. It probably is not profitable after one weekend, but it will be after 2. Probably.
That's still pretty good, like to make a movie like that. I mean, great given it. There wasn't like crazy. There was definitely some CGI usage for some of the stuff, but still pretty good budget, I think, for a movie of that quality, in my opinion.
Tobias for 5. So it's bad if Netflix owns Warner Brothers, but just fine for Disney nearly own 40% of all media in the US. Got it. Makes sense to me. Look, here's one of the things with Netflix buying Warner Brothers is I think that in retrospect, if you go back and like we look at this Disney Fox merger, I think knowing what we know now, I think more people would push back on it. And there was some pushback when that happened initially, but I don't think nearly as much as there would be today. Especially now that another studio is getting swallowed up like this. So, and look, Netflix is both these sides have their fucking arguments, right? Both these sides have their arguments as to why Netflix is like, hey, look, YouTube is a fucking huge platform. Like, look at how many people watch fucking YouTube. We're not even close to how much people watch YouTube. This wouldn't even put us above that. Why would we be considered a monopoly? I do think it's different things. And I think there's a difference when you've completely grown it organically as a, well, you know what I mean, as opposed to buying something to get yourself there. But I don't know. Joshua Henderson, why people trying to stop Netflix from buying Warner Brothers? It won't make any difference because everything was already problematic before Netflix. This is on Hollywood. It has a lot more to do with the business than the content. And I think some people are getting those mixed a little bit. People being like, oh, well, Netflix is going to woke everything up. They cast a black fucking Snape for Harry Potter. All right. They've got some race swap Valarians in House of the Dragon. Let's not pretend like Warner Brothers just churns out anti-woke content or something. I think the biggest thing that has a lot of people worried is Netflix's approach to theatrical releases and what that is going to do to the business model. As much as it's struggling already. I think Paramount buying Warner Brothers is overall bad for business. I think another studio getting swallowed up by another is bad for business. Yes, I absolutely do, because I think it just decreases the amount of competition. However, I think that Netflix buying it and the way everyone views it is the worst possible scenario. Because like this is a company that said, Barbie and Oppenheimer would have been just as big if it would have been on Netflix and like all that stuff. Like,
so your argument is if Netflix buys it, we possibly will see the end of the theater.
I think we'll see the end of the theaters at an accelerated rate would have anyway. Yes. Because I wholeheartedly believe that although Netflix is saying we're committed to letting them still go to theaters, Netflix is going to be the decision makers when it comes to how quickly those things get pulled and put on streaming. And I think their approach, forget this like 45-day window or 30-day window until something goes to video on demand. I'm talking like a couple week window before they just put it on streaming. That's what Netflix's entire thing is about. And that's their belief system. And I think it's going to hasten the end of theaters as a whole. And some people don't care, right? Some people are fine. But
I mean, they did that with like, do you think they would do like just out of like more of like a K-pop Demon Hunters type? Like if it was really popular on Netflix, then they'll release it in the theater for a weekend. Would they do like a Five Nights at Freddy type where they'd release them at the same time, and just let it play out, or just they just pick and choose whatever they feel like doing, I guess. Because
I think that in general, we will see like all the movies that Warner Brothers Studio or DC Studios, all these movies that they're producing right now and plan to produce. I think, let's just say the merger happens tomorrow and it's a done deal. I think that we will see those things come out, but for a very short time in theaters before they head to the streaming service. Now, Netflix has also said, as of right now, that they plan on keeping Netflix and HBO Max separate entities.
That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah.
So this is
they said for now.
This is like a fucking year away from when this will actually happen, if it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're getting the Supergirl trailer this week, man.
Can't wait. The teaser was dog shit.
Me and her just sitting there, like with the fan blowing. You talking about that one?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the spaceship or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like nothing.
It's the teaser before the trailer.
Colorado Kid says Comcast. Thanks. Irish Whips Arm Drags for 199. Dear Ryan, my mom said thank you for the penis.
Well,
tell her you're welcome. Maximus says shiitake. Oh, excuse me, I hiccuped. Maximus says shiitake. Wizard Man, if Netflix is so bad, why is everyone watching Stranger Things?
I'm not, but yeah.
Well, hopefully I answered the question as to why is this a bad thing,
I think
or whatever, from the business perspective. And just in general, the biggest streamer by far buying the third biggest streamer. Once again, you're talking about You're talking about competition. You're talking about buying out your competition. You're talking about less competition that's out there. So that's why it's a concern. Now, you may be under the belief that it shouldn't matter, that companies should be able to do whatever each other company agrees to. And I think there's plenty of valid reasoning for that. I'm just telling you what the concern is from people. Yeah. iMac Daddy for life. You think Netflix would be more open to hearing pitches from smaller filmmakers and not be as difficult as the old guard studio gatekeepers?
That's a good question.
Well, what's to change that from what they're already doing? They already make a fuck ton of content. They already like put a bunch of stuff up on their thing. They already put a bunch of like smaller fucking shit up on their streaming service.
Good question.
Clark Kent. So what should I do? Let Warner Brothers die? Jonathan Kent. Maybe. It's pretty good. Should we talk about Sydney Sweeney, Jay?
Sure. She started talking a little bit.
You kind of felt like it was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
You kind of felt like it was only a matter of time before we actually saw this happen. But Sydney Sweeney has faced months worth of backlash over her American Eagle jeans ad, which at the end of the day was nothing. They're like, the backlash isn't even actually real. It's from a small fringe minority of freaks and weirdos that is pushed by the media. But there's not too many sane people in the world that believe that Sydney Sweeney in an American Eagle jeans ad saying Sydney Sweeney has great jeans is Nazi propaganda, is white supremacist propaganda. Not too many sane people actually think that, but we saw her attacked relentlessly for it. And even a month ago, we saw her really refuse to answer a question when some woke activist reporter tried to get her to be like to apologize because some people are saying that that's what the ad looks like. She said, no, when I have something to say, I'll talk about it. I'm not going to like address your question. Well, her movie flopped after that, which, spoiler alert, it was going to flop anyway. Nobody wanted to watch that movie in general. And apparently either Sydney Sweeney or someone involving her PR thought it's a good time to clear the air a little bit because a lot of people in Hollywood are saying bad things about us. Sydney Sweeney says, I'm against hate and reconsiders staying quiet on American Eagle jeans controversy. My silence has only widened the divide.
Divide? What divide?
The divide.
The great divide.
Sydney Sweeney recently told People magazine that I'm against hate while looking back at the controversy that erupted over her American Eagle jeans ad earlier this year. The campaign was set out on the tagline, Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. The pun around great jeans ignited outrage online with many blue-haired fucking SJW freakazoids.
Fat people.
Like fat people, trans people, weirdos, alleging the company was glorifying the actor's white heritage and thin physique. Some even compared the ads to Nazi propaganda.
Good Lord.
I was honestly surprised by the reaction, Sweeney told People. I did it because I love the jeans and I love the brand. I don't support the views some people chose to connect to the campaign. Many have assigned motives and labels to me that just aren't true. Anyone who knows me knows I'm always trying to bring people together. I'm against hate and divisiveness. In the past, my stance has been to never respond to the negative or positive press, but recently I've come to realize that my silence regarding this issue has only widened the divide, not closed it. So I hope this new year brings more focus on what connects us instead of what divides us. Now, she didn't exactly apologize or anything, but clearly this is an effort to ingratiate herself a little bit and to let people know that, hey, if anybody thinks I'm a Nazi because of this, that's not what I believe. Do you think this is going to close the divide, Jay? Do you think that all the people that called you a fucking Nazi for a jeans ad campaign, do you think that by saying I stand against hate, that that's suddenly going to be like, okay, all's forgiven, no problem, Sydney Sweeney? Or are these fucking degenerate, freak, losers, piles of trash, people who don't deserve, well, I can't say that on air. But do you think that those fucking people are going to forgive and forget?
No.
Let's see. Reminder, she was given the easiest out ever in that GQ interview and purposely played dumb. Mind you, this is her a month ago regarding the same ad where she refused to say shit about shit. Too late, boo. You kind of weird. I see the PR for Euphoria finally kicked in. She's not fooling anybody. So do you see, Sydney, why there is no point for you to fucking get on your knees and grovel for these people? There's one reason for you to get on your knees. I think we all understand. But when it comes to groveling and desperately trying to be like, hey, guys, I know that these things are being said about me, but I just want to let everybody know I'm against hate and divisiveness. I'm against hate and divisiveness. That's not what I stand for. Do you think that the people who have been spreading hate about you, do you think that's going to make any fucking difference to them? Of course it's not. Because you can't reason with these people. They're unhinged. They're lunatics. They're not in touch with reality. They saw you in a jeans ad and called you a fucking Nazi. So no, somehow, some way, I don't think this is going to bring everybody together. Sydney Sweeney. And I know it's a tough spot. And you're surrounded by all these fucking people in the industry. You're surrounded by these PR people who are saying, you got to do something, you got to do something, you got to do something. I get it's a tough spot. But now you've put yourself in a position where these people are never going to fucking care. They're going to call you a Nazi no matter what you say now. And then some of the people who did support you by refusing to engage with this lunacy, now you're going to lose some of them too.
Correct.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Correct. Yeah, those people, now that they know that they see a crack in the armor that you might even say out and speak out more things, they will never stop. They just never stop. They are mentally ill, challenged people. I don't know, man. They YouTube friendly, they got problems. So yeah, she shouldn't have said anything. Should have just said, I don't know why are we still talking about this. Can we talk about my film? Can we talk about 2 other things? Can we talk about whatever? Immediately after she made this statement, though, she did release like 2 kind of topless pictures. So that was kind of nice on her Instagram.
As if anyone hasn't seen that before.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. But no, you're 100% correct. Never, ever, ever, ever engage with these type of crazy people. For years, Hollywood thought those crazy people are what run the entertainment industry. They looked at like these hashtag things as like currency for some reason. It's very crazy. I mean, listen, we saw that from Gina. Like when Gina got fired back then, they're relentless. They don't stop, and they're all broke. They don't care. Remember Reva? Oh, Reva. Don't be racist to Reva. Everybody loves Reva. These people went on full blast supporting Reva. Hey, we got Reva's lightsaber. Anybody want to buy it? Oh, we don't have any money. We're broke. If we're even real at that point, if we're even real, that's the thing. So maybe, hopefully she takes this as a lesson learned, but we'll see.
I saw so many in the chats they could have diffused everything if they had done multiple different body types and multiple different people in the ad. That's where they messed up. You're a fucking retard. You are a fucking retarded, dumb, cocksucking loser. You stupid bitch. If that's your take on this thing. So what? You can't just have a white person? You can't have a white blonde person in a fucking ad anymore? Not okay? If they had done one singular ad with some fat black whore, you never would have said shit. It wouldn't have been a fucking problem. They wouldn't have been promoting black supremacy. Nobody would have said anything. So no, that wasn't their issue. That wasn't their problem. The problem is stupid fucks like you. Stupid fucks like all of these massive piles of shit. People who it is clear we can't get along with in society anymore. Something is going to break. That's the reality. Because we are watching the same fucking screen and seeing 2 completely different movies. It's time for a separation. That's what it's time for. Because truly, you don't live in fucking reality. And I want to protect mine. You fucking moron.
I think she's got good genes. Even both. As a person of the chub, I wasn't offended by that whatsoever.
What?
as a heavy person, those type of ads never upset me whatsoever. Nor do I want to see
when there's an attractive fucking person. It shouldn't bother anybody.
That's exactly right. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. These people are insane, dude.
All right, where are we? Five Nights at Freddy's is proof that people want to go to the theaters.
Actually, that's a good point. That's a good point. If you again, like a lot of the critics had this one liner that they kept putting in. They're like, this movie wasn't made for anybody but the fans of the franchise. And I keep saying, like, that's what you should make movies for. At least that's what unless you're doing something creative and something different, something new. But Hollywood doesn't have any fresh ideas. They keep rehashing the same old thing. So it's like, if you're going to make something, if you're going to make something off a video game or whatever, make it specifically for the fans. They don't want to see a modern take on something that they love. They don't want to see things changed around on something that they love. Show them exactly what they've played. Like, take the video game and put it on the big screen. That's what people want. That's why people watch hours and hours and hours of video game content. That's why Fortnite streamers that have been playing Fortnite for 10 years are multimillionaires with millions of views per video, because that's what people want to see. It's Minecraft. You can go on and like the different video games. Just take that and put it on the screen. It's when these companies come in, like they change it all around, like Halo and everything else. It's like they destroy it and then try to act like it's our problem because we didn't like what they put out. It's very simple. It's a very simple idea.
Watch the new Spartacus. Not bad. And plenty of tatas, says Heavy D.
I wouldn't expect anything different from Spartacus.
Blast Radius for 2. Willy's Wonderland greater than Five Nights at Freddy's. Daniel Moore Business for 249 says the edit is as with context removed.
I can't find it.
Madney for 5 is the best case scenario. Nobody buys Warner Brothers and sell their IP piecemeal. It's obvious they can't turn the company around at this point. I don't know. I mean, it could happen. What if it falls through and Netflix has to give $5 billion to fucking Warner Brothers and they just turn around and just sell it off in pieces anyway? That's possible. Andre CR, wow, a woman opens her mouth and fucks it up. What a surprise. River Miles, Sydney should learn from Al Bundy selling shoes. Fats and Uggos mad. Tobias, those assholes don't want acceptance. They want to cause the most hate. That's their whole purpose. Internet Rule 14, don't feed the trolls. PD the Greek for 5. Let's go. Perfect Ryan rant.
Always perfect.
Chef George Ramirez tuned into YouTube for a second, thought it was Blame Truth and the Codfather shitting on Call of Duty, yelling, but I realized it was Angry Ryan. Malikot, member for 30 months, FML is going to be lit tonight. Maybe. Godzilla's Greaser, I don't know whose rants I love more, Ryan, yours, or Geeky Sparkles from Clownfish TV. Thanks. Tommy Campari, let the hate flow through you. Ryan. Thanks. Red Mage says, I had a bad feeling about this. She was in a TV series back in 2021 called White Lotus, where she plays a woke college student on vacation with family and her friend who is even worse. Acting, but she plays it a little too well.
I mean, she goes to the LGBTQ party every year.
So this is, look, Jack, I can't tell you. I'm sure you've heard me say it a million fucking times here on this stream. We, over on this side of the internet over here, our little fucking corner of the internet, we tend to think that sometimes when a celebrity or someone like that says something or does something that we agree and maybe is a little bit of a pushback against some of these other fucking people, we like to assume that, well, they must be super fucking base. They must think all the same things I do. Like, people get really caught up in that shit. And you're setting yourself up to be very fucking disappointed. Sydney Sweeney is like a 27-year-old woman in the industry. So if you think that she's like super mega fucking turbo based, or if it's like, oh, well, she might be a registered Republican, or maybe some of her people in her family might support Donald Trump. It's like, you're setting yourself up for failure if you think that she's going to have all the exact same fucking values that you do. And we do it all the time with celebrities. So you got to take everything at face value, right? J.K. Rowling says something about trans people in the fucking industry. I'm going to say that that's a fucking good take. I disagree with 99% of the other things that she thinks in all likelihood. But you just got to take everything on a case-by-case basis. Jason Nelson, thoughts on Mueller's 17-hour video getting 650,000 views? I am like 6 or 7 hours through it.
How you like it so far?
It's good. I mean, I'm 7 hours through it, so obviously I like it well enough. I'll finish it at some point, but I could take it in stages, you know?
Yeah.
The Sweeney thing is example 15,876 of what I call self-condemnation. You point to something that isn't there, something you made up, as these critics did, and then condemn that thing. That's a good point. I think we're all caught up, Jay.
Hey, look at that. 102.
Just a little over an hour, yeah. What do you got going on today, Jay?
The Monday Hangover tonight is going over the Muppet Christmas Carol and the Flintstones Christmas Carol. Because Hayden Wayne really wanted us to watch a Flintstones Christmas, and he paid handsomely for it. So I've never seen it. So tonight will be a Christmas Carol show.
There you go. I've got Monday Evening Quarterback at 6:30. And then 9 o'clock, we got Fuck My Life with me and Vera Dark over on Vera's channel tonight. So, yeah. Sports Words at 6:30, and then 9 o'clock, Fuck My Life. Pat for $1. What enrages Ryan more, the Sydney Sweeney jeans controversy or RFK removing Red Dye 40 from Red Vines? Well, I don't really like Red Vines, so I don't care about that. But I guess the Sydney Sweeney thing. Logan Johnson said, "Here's Sydney Sweeney bent the knee. Hope you guys are good. Merry Christmas," because saying Happy Holidays is lame. I do think it's fair to say Happy Holidays in like the Thanksgiving, early December time frame. Once it gets like really close to Christmas, because like honestly, right now on December 8th, am I going to say Merry Christmas to somebody? Probably not. When we start to get like 12 days out, 10 days out, you know, it's all about Merry Christmas then. If you say Happy Holidays and it's like December 21st, go fuck yourself. Grumpy Angry Ryan, better than positive happy Ryan. Many such cases of people that think that way. Many such cases. All right. That's it for us today, guys. Thanks for being here. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.
Till then.